The beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets. Streets A&R Podcast. I think it's kind of funny. Today is the day I decided to wear my Say No to Drug shirt. Talking about being off the run.
Still say no to drugs.
Got the Obama runs. Obama runs. It took me forever to figure out what kind of runs. I'm old school. I'm thinking, why that candy come back so hard? Maybe that's why it came back so hard. People started calling the other stuff the runts. That's funny, man. Man, let's get to it, man. Beautiful day, man. Welcome to the Streets A&R Podcast. It's your host, Giddy Jicky with it.
It's your other host, Johnny No Good.
And we definitely got a special guest in here today. Like y'all know how we do, man. We like to be on the forefront of artists, breaking artists, and supporting people who really got some momentum going. So today we got a special guest. Sometimes we gotta break it up. Be too many homies in here, man. Need somebody that actually look decent in here, man. We out here thugging it. We need something to look decent in here.
Hey, don't get it twisted though. You hear the name.
Yeah, listen, man. We gonna get to that, man. But we definitely got a guest in here today. New on the scene, kind of new and starting to get a buzz, man. We got our girl 30Shellss in the house.
Hello. Thank you.
So for sure, when we talk about the name, let's just start there. Like, who are you? And the second question is, where'd the name come from?
I'm 30Shellss. The name kind of came, honestly, after I had already recorded a couple songs, like before I decided that I was gonna like really go forward with making music. And it kind of just came out of, I wanted to have something that had my name in it. My name is Rochelle, so I wanted to have shells in it. We just thought 30Shellss would sound hard. Like there's no 30 doesn't mean anything. Like, I don't know. There's no special meaning behind it. I just thought it sounded good.
For sure. We got 17 shells in the house. No, that's crazy.
Like 21 Savage, you know?
Right.
What does 21 mean?
Yeah, I think it got a meaning, but we gonna leave it alone.
It might.
30 clip though. The 30 clip.
30, yeah, and that kind of like goes with that too.
Okay.
For sure. So, and you're from Omaha, Nebraska?
I am from Omaha, Nebraska.
All right. And we'll just start with, I guess, the beginning. How did you get started in music, and what prompted you to get started in music?
I've kind of always been around like artists, just kind of being in that setting. Like once I graduated high school, I spent a lot of time like around people that make music, just like being in the studio, and it always kind of was something that I wanted to try out. And it's funny because you know how on Facebook, they show you like your memories. My Facebook memories, I've been having like the same Facebook page for like 13 years. And it always like reminds me like of like when I was in middle school, I would always post like, one day I'm gonna be a rapper. And like, I didn't even know what I was really talking about, but it just kind of like came like to fruition. So I just decided one day, there's this artist, YS Lords, which is AD. We kind of like were hanging out one day and he was an artist. So he kind of one day was like, you should try to like hop in the studio. So when I hopped in the studio, I like kind of just really like fell in love with like my voice. Like I never really thought, like I always knew I wanted to, like I always thought it would be funny, like, oh, I'd be good at that. Like I'd be a good rapper, but I never really thought to like go forward with it until I actually heard like myself on a track. So once I heard myself on it, I was like, I think I kind of want to do this. And then I just started making more music more frequently. I would say a turning point for me, like taking it serious, would be my first like performance. So when I performed for the first time, I was like, this is like, this is what I want to do.
When was that performance and where?
My first performance was here in Omaha. It was in 2021. It was Saranda. I don't know if you guys know Saranda Lee.
Saranda Lee.
Yes. She threw a show for her birthday. She asked me if I wanted to perform.
The Sleazy Bash.
Yes.
Okay.
That was my first performance. At that time, I actually hadn't even put any like projects out. She just knew I was making music, so she asked me if I wanted to perform. I agreed to it, and it just kind of went up from there.
Got you. And when you talk about, your voice, the one thing I know that's big and that used to be very big in hip hop was to be unique, to where if we hear you, we know who you are.
Yes.
Do you have anybody that you've heard that reminds you of yourself, or you would call a contemporary, even with your voice and your style of rap? Like whether they're old, new singers or whatever. Do you have any contemporaries that you think?
I've heard like a few people say you remind me of such and such. Like there's this artist Callie. She's like popping now. She's kind of like a TikTok. She's not like extremely famous. She's kind of one of my underground artists that I like. But I would say like when I first started making music, I kind of was trying to shy away from my voice a little bit because I kind of have a deeper voice. So when I first started recording, I didn't really like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of artists can relate. Like when you first hear your own voice, you absolutely hate it.
That's why I started laughing when you said you liked your voice, because most people, the first time they hear themselves.
So yeah, I was recording and I was hearing it and kind of getting used to it. Like we made a plug-in for me that would kind of like make it sound a little bit better. So once we actually perfected it, I loved it. But at first, I was like, I don't know if I like how this sounds. Like,
yeah, I definitely don't know my voice on the mic because it's kind of weird and kind of country because I done lived away from Texas for so long. So it's kind of weird. But I'll say, I think your voice kind of reminds me, I think lower tone voices always, they resonate. So bass resonates. And so it's able to hit people. And I don't know if you know this, but people secretly do love lower tone voices. Shout out Alicia Keys, shout out Janelle Monáe, shout out Badu.
Yeah,
right?
I love all of them. Yeah. I just feel like, I don't know, when I was starting, I just didn't know I didn't know if I wanted to rap, sing. I can kind of do a little bit of both. So it was just kind of finding like, if I'm just going to talk with my regular voice or if I'm going to try to like put like yell. When I first started recording, I was trying to like do a different kind of sound and it just was like not working. So I was like, let me just stick to like how my voice naturally is.
No, for sure. And you really remind me of an artist. Her name is Carrie Foe.
Oh, I do know of her. I love her. I do love her.
So, for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. When she was talking, I was thinking about the poet.
Ty the Poet.
Ty the Poet. Like, now you definitely have a voice that's is very nice to the ears. How did you decide on choosing between rapping and singing, and kind of do you feel yourself drawn to one or the other?
I feel like when I first began making music, like my first tape that I put out on Apple Music is called It's 30. I feel like that tape was kind of like a mix between both. So I honestly still to this day don't know which I lean more towards. I feel like I get a lot more good feedback on like rapping songs than I do like my slower type of songs, but I actually like making the slower songs more. So I like to do like a mix of both.
I feel that. Kind of a question, because we didn't have some phenomenal MCs on here. One was Thailand. As a MC that happens to be a female, do you feel like you kind of get respect in the music game or get taken as serious as other people, or kind of what's been your experience as a woman who rocks the microphone?
I feel like at the beginning, I don't think a lot of people took me serious, only because I wasn't really taking myself serious. And I hadn't really done much besides just like drop a couple songs here and there on SoundCloud. I wasn't really like 10 toes in it. I was just kind of dropping, anybody can make a song and drop it. But I'll say as of lately, like after I've done a little bit more shows and like done things like in other places, I feel like I would say like I've gotten like a little bit more respect and anticipation like for my next projects coming up, and just like people want to know more about me. But I would say to start off, no. Okay. I think a lot of my friends thought I was just like, I started during COVID quarantine. So my mom and like all of my family was like, oh, this is just like some quarantine, like y'all just bored type of thing. But like over the years, I feel like since I stuck with it, like I feel like I do get a little bit more respect when it comes to that.
You said that, that people started taking you serious as you started taking the music more serious. What aspects of music are you taking serious, and how did you kind of lean in that area of developing?
I feel like for me, once I realized that I really want to do it was when, like sometimes when artists come out, they don't really take themselves seriously until everyone else does. They don't really see it in themselves. But for me, I realized it was something I really wanted to do when I realized like nobody was really taking it seriously, and I still wanted to do it. Like I wasn't really even getting feedback. I just was kind of dropping, and that's when I realized I really actually enjoyed doing it, because I wasn't like looking for feedback or like asking people like, do you like this? I kind of was just putting it out. So
creating for your own self.
I just liked doing it. Like, to be honest, I didn't think I would have gotten like far or even ever shot a video or even did anything. So it just started off as like something I like to do, that I enjoyed doing. So once I don't know, I just feel like I kept going. I believed in myself. Like, not a lot of people were, I don't want to say people weren't believing in me. Like, I didn't have supporters, but they probably just like kind of thought it was just like something fun to do, or just like, you know,
for the record, I mean, I will say that my partner over here has been advocating, been saying, I identified you as somebody who has the potential to blow up. I'm one of those people on the sideline watching, trying to see what you about. He's been advocating from you from the beginning. So there is people who do recognize your talents and gifts.
Thank you. I've always felt that way about myself. It's just, I had a hard time like showing it to like the public at first, because I don't know, when it takes a lot of like courage to really put like yourself out there. I kind of equate like performing and like putting out music to like you standing in front of like a crowd and doing public speaking, like, and it's really hard to do that. So
very true.
That's when I kind of realized that I really had like a passion for it.
For sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna, when I heard you, I heard the uniqueness, so I'm like, immediately, you can mold content, you can mold the story, but you can't duplicate somebody's sound. You just can't duplicate. When it comes, you just said something interesting. You said you didn't really see yourself, you know, it may not have been taken far or how far you would go. Now that you're starting to get a buzz, and I see like you have your latest video that's over 10K, it's about 12K on YouTube. Yes. And starting to get you, you know, a little more out there. Where do you see yourself going in this, as far as now in this business, and like, what do you see some of the next achievements you're trying to look to get towards?
I just see like my next couple of achievements I want to do are not huge ones. I just want to kind of get a bigger audience. I would love to obviously perform at like Coachella and like all those big things, but like to start, I just want to like get a bigger audience, like get people to like know more about like who I am, and like, because when I was dropping music before, I just like, I wasn't really doing that many videos. I just was kind of dropping. So I feel like if someone saw me down the street, they wouldn't even know that I made music. So I feel like now putting like a face to it, shooting more videos, doing more performances, that's like a short-term goal of mine.
Gotcha. And I'm gonna say something. I must say, you actually came in looking like you got a stylist, right? Yeah. So, and we know in this industry, image is very big, and especially amongst the women and female artists, there's the conversation of which direction you go with your image. What inspires your style, and what do you feel like your look and what you're trying to portray is to the audience?
To be honest, to be 100% honest, I don't really know what I would describe my style as. Sometimes I really just throw things on, but I realize like I like to feel comfortable, like baggier clothes. Like every now and then I'll wear like some girly stuff, like be like super tight stuff or something like that. But I would just describe it as like just calm, edgy a little bit. Just growing up, the funny thing is, I'm the first child of my dad's, and he wanted a boy. So he grew up dressing me like a boy. Like I don't have any baby pictures with like barrettes or like beads in my hair. Like I grew up kind of like dressing like a boy. I like wearing overalls, baggy pants, Timberlands. Like, so as I got older, I just like kind of just like stuck with that kind of style.
He put you definitely in the left eye, real quick.
I feel like he wanted to dress me like a boy because he wanted a boy.
No, that's what's
I would describe it as just like edgy, calm though.
For sure. I was gonna ask then, when it comes to music, I know you have a project out, or EP. What's next as far as what you're looking to produce? Are you working on any projects? Are you working on a full-length album? Like, what's next?
I have a couple of songs that aren't out yet. How my first two projects came about, I didn't really have a thought process behind it. I just had like music in the vault kind of, and then I had that performance with Saranda. So I was like, I need to put this music out. So I kind of just threw that together on this tape. My second tape, Love 30, I had a little bit more thought into it, direction into it. Right now I'm kind of in that same spot. Like I have music I could put out, but I want to put together like a album, like a project. So I'm trying to like record a little bit more. Off This Runts, my latest single, that's like one of the first songs I actually recorded in an actual studio with a producer that I didn't know. Like all my songs on my projects before, I recorded those like myself using GarageBand and stuff. So I'm just trying to get more comfortable going to the studio and being around other people, being able to create with like other people around. It's still kind of like awkward to me. I'm still kind of shy about it. I feel like I was like spoiled with like being able to make my own music. So when I first got to the studio, it was hard for me to catch like a vibe and things like that. So I feel like coming up, I just want to work on like putting together an actual album. So I got a couple of songs in the vault, but I'm trying to put together like something that's like more of like a movie, like that has more of like a storyline to it.
Are there any like producers or people you want to work with in production and like videography that for like that full length project that you're looking to looking to work with moving forward?
I really do want to work with a lot of people from Omaha, to be honest. Like the beat that I got for Off This Runs, that's from Snipe. He's from Omaha. I don't really look to outsource too much. Like I want to go with people that I know who have been trying to like get off the ground themselves and like kind of make, just do teamwork and like kind of get each other off the ground. So producers I would like to work with. To be honest, still at this point in my like music career, I'm not too familiar with a lot of like producers around here.
I guess it's time for us to do some A&R.
Yeah, like I'm not too familiar yet. Like I started off by getting beats from YouTube, which completely like went like left in the end. Like I had a lot of the songs on my tape, I got those beats from YouTube just because I was like just messing around, making the songs myself, posting them, didn't think nothing ever was gonna come of it. The project started getting a lot of views. One of the producers for a couple of the songs reached out to me on Instagram and was like, "Hey, you used my beat." Like, and it was crazy because it's like some random guy. His name is like Primetime or something. He's like from Europe. So I don't know how he like found out about it. The project was out for a couple months before he hit me up. So I've learned not to get my beats from YouTube. I'll say that. Like, so, and like producers that will send me beats and stuff like that. So I've gotten a lot of like beat packs from a lot of producers around here. I've just been going through. I'm really willing to work with anybody, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. They upload and sync their stuff, so they know they get notified.
Yeah, like, I was like, oh my gosh, my whole project got removed. From all platforms.
Copywriting and licenses is very important.
It is very important. So I ended up paying him for the beat because I was like, I can't have my music being deleted. Like I worked so hard on the music. So
how much did he charge you for the did he give you exclusive right or just a lease?
I believe it was a lease. Okay. He actually made 2 of the beats on that project. So I paid him like $50 for each.
That ain't bad.
It's not bad. No, it's not bad at all.
So because he gonna come back if them songs blow up and they start bringing in money. He gonna like, I need this percentage. So.
No, he was serious about it. He was like, if I don't get money for this music, it's gonna get taken down. Yeah. And so I kind of just was like so busy. Like I wasn't even really looking at it. I don't really look at a lot of my like messages and stuff because I don't really get very many of them. So I just like, I'm still trying to get used to being on social media, like posting videos of myself and stuff like that. So I didn't take that seriously. And one day I woke up and my shit was definitely like taken down. I hit him up like, how can I, like, I'll pay you like right now. I was like, I'll pay you, please. Don't delete it.
Help me, please. Oh man. I got one last question. So when it comes to creation of the content for your music, what is the process of that? And do you see yourself exploring outside of, I guess, currently what you've been doing with the content and maybe switching it up? Because to me, you are highly intelligent.
Yes.
So I want to. So are you trying? Is this something that what's the direction with the content? How'd you get started with this direction? I
would say, to be honest, my direction, I'm looking to like work with more people. I'm like one of those people who like are like so hands-on, like with the video, for instance. Like we were like, me and my sisters were really hands-on with that. Like we kind of like had an idea for it like for weeks and weeks, and we like went straight with it. So I feel like I'm gonna try to keep like my hands in it a little bit, but I do want like more like hands in it, like from other like creatives. Because even though like I see myself as like a creative person, I always want like other opinions, other like, I don't know, like other people's input. Like I feel like you kind of make magic when you work with other creatives. Like I think people get like kind of hung up on like, I'm already creative, I can already do this, I can do that, but it gets tiring doing everything like by yourself. So I feel like going forward, I want to keep like my own personal style, but I also want to like get some other people involved.
Yeah, that's super dope. I remember hearing a quote. They say that your creativity is directly related to your receptivity. So how receptive are you to new ideas? So with that being said, like when it's all said and done and you walk away from this, what do you want to be known for? Like when people mention 30Shellss, what's the idea behind 30Shellss? What do you want people to take away from when they experience your music, when they have a conversation with you, when they go and check you out? What is the lasting impression you want people to think of with 30Shellss?
I just want people to think like she really got it. Like I don't know what that really means yet, but I want people to think like she really like knows like what she came here to do. She did that. I want them to think like she's different. Not only that I'm different, but I want them to know that like I stuck to like what I wanted to do. And like you said about like style and fashion, I feel like nowadays, due to like social media, I feel like fashion and music or rap is like hand in hand. So
very synonymous.
Yeah, like I feel like you have to have a certain look. And I feel like me personally, like I've always been really into fashion, like especially in high school. Like I was really big into that. I went to Central. Central is like a real artsy.
Yeah.
They got a real artsy scene. So I feel like when I left high school, a lot of people remembered me for that already. So I don't want to be remembered just for that. I want them to remember me by like just like following like what I really wanted to do. Inspiring people. I want to inspire people to do whatever they want to do, whether it's music or anything. Like one time I had a performance, it was like a Milk the Game concert. Okay. When I left, a lot of people, this one girl hit me up and was like, you inspire me to like do what I want to do. And that's really what I want to do. Like she's not an artist or anything. She was just like, you inspire me to like do what I want to do. So that really meant a lot to me. I want like a lot more of that.
That part. I definitely give you that opportunity. I teach a class at Upper Bound, a creative writing class. I always have guests in. I would love for you to be one of my guests to come in and speak to my students. Oh,
I would love to. I would love to do that. I would love to do that. I wish there were more people doing that like when I was in high school. Sure, I feel like it was kind of like taboo to like do what you want. It was like kind of like normal to do, like to follow by a certain like standard. So I want people to remember me by like she really did what she wanted to do. Like no matter what like came over me. Like I become a mom. Like I had a lot of things. Like when I was in middle school, I wanted to do music, but a lot of things throughout life kind of stopped me from it. And I still made my way back to it. So I want to have that type of impact on people.
Man, thank you. You already are, whether you know it or not. So
thank you.
Thank you for doing this interview.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you coming through. Real quick, where can the people find you at?
My Instagram is 30Shellss, 30Shellss with 2 S's. I also have Twitter is 30Shellss as well. I don't really use, like my Twitter is private. So you can follow me on Twitter. Like I'll be clowning on there. So.
And the music is 30Shellss?
30Shellss. My YouTube is 30Shellss as well. You can find my videos on there, my products on there. My projects are also on Apple Music, Spotify, on all platforms if you guys want to check it out. I really wish I had a new video to like plug in, but I don't. So I'm just like wanting to shoot another video sometime soon. But my latest single, Off This Front, is out now. The video is still up there. It's still been going up.
Doing numbers.
Yes. I'm proud of that too.
It's all good, man. Work the records. Just like the old school. Work that record.
I was off the runs too. Shit. All right.
That's what I'm trying to do. I kind of don't even know how to follow up with that after that. Like, I just don't know what to put out next. That's kind of the reason why I haven't really put anything out yet, because I don't know how to like follow up. I wasn't expecting that video to like do as good.
Don't worry about the past. We'll talk off camera. Don't worry about the past. You just keep pushing forward.
Yes.
Put out what you want to put out. Like you said, do what you want.
Yes.
But man, we definitely appreciate you coming through, 30. Glad to have you here, and we're looking forward to where you go, and we'll definitely be connecting and plugging you into some more opportunities and some different things moving forward.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Man, we about to get out of here, man. You can follow Streets A&R at Streets A&R everywhere. You can find us on all platforms but Apple. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, watch, and listen.
I mean, if you made it to this point of the video, drop a 30 in the comments.
Drop a 30 in the comments, please.
30 for 30. You know what I'm saying? We need 30.
Oh my gosh, crazy you said 30 for 30. That was the title of my very first project, which is on SoundCloud. I don't even promote it either.
Yeah,
30 for 30.
Yeah.
That's crazy you said that.
That's what's up. Listen, I'm a creative god over here. Don't get it twisted.
Sir.
But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all, man. We gonna get up out of here, man. It's your host, Giddy Jicky with it.
It's your other host, Johnny No Good.
We out.
And it's 30.
We out.
Peace.
The beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets. Streets A&R Podcast.